afraid. Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told.
Ah, you must also be here. Teijima has protected this place ever since you're keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near. But now, all of us, we will gladly...
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Teijima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep...
Seems like he's a well... You must be Tejima.
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave. True. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never... I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me?
Okay. Well, in that case, if we... But if you... Oh! Maybe if you just...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
It's so nice to de-stress.
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we... Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up, and today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get... Seems like... Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. Now that's the kind of
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
So this is the... interesting. But anyway, if he had this with him... that Tejima visited a lot? The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him... It looks like... Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? Huh. But he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Teiji...
I'll be... Still, it's clear over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that... How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love? Regret? No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. I think... maybe not. Although, what if she were to turn up when I think about it like that? How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? I shall remain.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were sick. That certainly explains. At least we were able to help. Well, according to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provision?
The entire clan is counting on that food!
How many times do I have to say it?
I don't know anything about emergency provision.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We heard the commotion and came to...
I see. You seem to have come just at the... This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the air. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be... He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. Maybe we should talk to
I've never even heard of these emergency... I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, my own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing...
I didn't take any. Like I said, to top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoard.
Huh. But we better confirm. We should be able to follow...
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with good...
You haven't seen anything. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic You demand!
These seem like the treasure hoarders were at...
Let me scry. No touching.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. Come on, Bob.
Not bad, kid. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see?
Food supplies. You kidding? I didn't want anyone else to see it. But now that you've caught us, how about we...
You've got a deal.
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in...
Yeah, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We better talk to this miss. As for you guys, you're free to go.
Yes.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOU.
Shut it. Let's just get out of...
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got or perhaps there's something you want. Ah, so you're friends of
Whoa, let's not. How did Kurosawa end up owing?
Let me Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary...
So that's how he was... But why did he have to purchase a usual amount?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, so he deemed it necessary.
Wow. Kurt and no one ever appreciated
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear. If you're still curious, why don't you go? I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name,
sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about his origins. In hindsight, why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Oh, but and don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa.
At least we now know where the emergency... Let's go talk to Kurosawa.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed.
What are you...
I presented them with a choice. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoard?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you...
Strange. Is that I don't really have any such Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my button this sword was... I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed, and...
Hey! If you look careful, can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those taking on seemingly endless debts, but what use of virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission sees my vision, and the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another... When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurt. In any case, we must never let him Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is a tear. Fortunately for us, let's go find the... had their vision taken? Is Paimon heard that he's the present? This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some...
Nanako, don't worry. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought...
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous before and
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while... Don't make me draw my blade, or...
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty but then we got here and over...
From the... Please, accept my apologies. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not... I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay. Sensei's name is Domon. A name I'm sure, though self-taught. He mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then he once said that his goal... And so, even while training us, he could... But then...
not long ago, Sensei, he says the strangest things. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an... But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Naru...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear... So don't worry, Nanako. The exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing your vision can cause possession?